Alright friends, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B, where we talk about all kinds of things like gardening and cooking and just life in general. So today I've pulled another little stunt where I've done something and I didn't take you guys along, so now you're kind of on the back end of what I did today. So as you can see, it's beautiful and bright out. That is a benefit of living here in Florida, that oftentimes we're going to have really bright days. Yes, there are some Santas in the background. My uncle made those for me and at the holidays, and they're not going anywhere. Whether it's Christmas or not, they're gonna stay up all year round because I love that he made them, and so it's a gift that everybody asks about. I really would like to probably get some different hats and maybe put different hats on them, but it's a super cute holiday idea, and so like I said, I'm not gonna be putting them up. I'm gonna leave them out because it reminds me of my aunt and uncle. So move on from that piece. But today it was so beautiful outside that I decided to use my solar oven, which is something that I don't really, I don't think I've ever actually mentioned or even talked about. So the reason why I purchased this solar oven, it has a dual purpose. So as you all know, is that here in Florida, we get hurricanes. And so to me, it was just a proactive step to be that, like, once the rains and stuff subside, I don't need any electricity to operate the solar sun oven. I will tell you this, so I used it today and it did honestly take me about a good 6 hours to cook some potatoes in it. So it does require direct sunlight. It reminds me more of a slow cooker than a regular oven. So when I purchased this machine, I was actually under the impression that it would warm up and cook just as well as an oven does. Unfortunately, that's not been my experience, and I do have very direct sun here and it does get very warm. I can tell you one of the first mistakes I made with this machine, and I'll bring you over so that you can see it. Alright, so one of the first mistakes that I had actually made with this machine was, or this item, was that I didn't realize that these latches needed to be like loosened so that you could tack it down. What happened was when I first cooked in this machine, I said, oh, I left the door just open, which was allowing for heat to actually escape. So when you get this, make sure that you loosen these side pieces, which are here and here, so that way you can twist it on. You gotta raise it up enough to twist it onto that glass plate. So that's just something to keep in mind. So the way this actually works is it's super simple. This folds out and sets itself up. So there you go. The sun is going to be collected in this area in here, as you can see. And so it then transfers all, like I had baked potatoes in there today, so it transfers all the heat into this specific area. So it's really simple, and I think that this is a great product if you don't have electricity, but you also need to have the time. So there's a couple of attachments that actually work with this machine. So just to show you guys, this door lifts up. It's kind of hard to hold it and show everything at the same time. But this lifts up, and this inside here is where you would be utilizing, obviously, putting your food in there. I actually have a rack. You can see there's probably some condensation and stuff in there because I was cooking on it today. You do have to let it cool down before you touch it, just because it will get hot like an oven. And it does have a thermometer for regulation. So here is the rack, I'll pull it out, that I was using to just place the baked potatoes on. So it just pins to the side of this. There's like little screws, and it just kind of pins into each side. So there you have it. It's super simple, super easy. It doesn't weigh a lot. Just make sure you're pulling this latch over here. I'll try to bring you guys down and hold the camera. Like right here's a little latch. You got to push the glass down, and then you're going to put that little knob there. There's one at the top too. It's the same thing. You got to kind of push the glass down and then pin that up at the top right there. So it snaps back down when you're done with it, and then you can just latch it right here. And there you have it. That is your Solar SunOven. It is actually the All-American SunOven. You can see it here on the side if you're wanting to know the brand. So I had to use the towel to pick the potatoes up earlier, and I had just kind of left it out there on the table. But I had put this basically in our driveway because that's where we actually collect the most sun. So that was the best spot for us to be able to utilize it. And I have found in the past that that's been the best spot. It does have a little crank up knob in the back of it that can actually raise your solar oven so that it's collecting the most sun. It's a really simple product, but like I said, it does weigh quite a bit, and it is costly. It's not expensive, but being that we have hurricanes, it is something that I thought we might find of use here if we perhaps at some point ran out of gas or we ran out of electricity, like the electric was down. As long as there is sun, you can use it, but don't go into this thinking that you are going to be able to like cook eggs and it'll be ready very quickly. For me, I have not at all had that experience. It operates more like a slow cooker, so keep that in mind. But that's just been my experience, and I don't use it often, but it is a good thing, I think, to have just in case you are interested in using this type of a product. It is something that I've heard people take camping. My parents do have an RV and they go camping, but it's not something, it's very bulky. And I will tell you this, listen, y'all, I love my little Luna, who's a Boston Terrier, but she's more like a terror. She is destructive. She chews my shoes. It's just something I've not been able to break her from. She is a rescue, so I don't know what happened to her as a young puppy. We did get her fairly young. She was maybe only like 3 months old or 6 months old, I think, when we actually got her. So she still, has this puppy mentality, but she chewed the corner of my SunOven. So you can see here, this is the love of Luna. She has chewed it, little brat. But so do keep that in mind, that if you have chewing animals, that your chewing babies might get a hold of your SunOven and chew it up like they did mine. So but overall, I think that this is a pretty good investment, and I will tell you this, it's so well made as far as it's being built, that I absolutely believe that this is something that I can pass on to my nephews, and one of them will be able to use in the future. So it's definitely an heirloom as far as I'm concerned, because again, no matter where they go, as long as there's sun, they'll be able to use it, and we don't know what the future holds. So it's just really important, I think, to I'm investing in the future. I'm not just investing in myself, but I'm also investing in them. So I thought about giving it a try more this summer, and seeing how it works, and maybe perhaps like the kids like hot dogs, and they like to eat just stuff like normal kids like to eat. So I thought maybe that one day when they come over, we might try to use this instead of maybe using our air fryer or the grill this summer, just because we're saving the earth when we use this, because we're just using the natural sun for heating. And then there's it's just, it'll help me get used to using this product, opposed to using the electricity all the time. So again, just keep that in mind. It says that this thing will get up to like pretty hot, like 350. I have never seen it get 350 degrees. The hottest that it actually got today was about 280. So I don't you know, so I said it takes a much longer time for me to cook stuff, so I don't really cook products that I think would make someone sick. So I said I want to try it over the summer and give it some, you know, give it another opportunity to really see if maybe there's something I didn't do correctly and why it's not heating up as much as I've heard other people say that this could potentially heat up to. So again, though, I think it is a really cool concept, a really cool idea. My nephews are in STEAM, so they are, you know, they think this kind of stuff is really cool to be able to cook by the sun. I think it's educational. So, you know, teach your kids that they don't always have to use on-grid stuff to cook, that they could actually end up using something off-grid to cook. So we'll continue to give it a try and see how it works. And of course, I will take you guys on that journey, and I should have today, and I do apologize, but there will be plenty of opportunity here in Zone 9B to use this again. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I am humbled by this opportunity and this experience to journey on with you guys through my growing the garden, and then just, you know, doing new things like this. It is something that I've had for a little bit, but I don't really use it that often. All right, everyone. Until next time, love one another, be kind, and I will see you all in my next video. All right, so bonus on the back end of that solar oven. So let me tell you guys this that I forgot to mention, is that first and foremost, that machine or that little oven, it cannot take regular size pans. So if you're gonna go ahead and place an order, then please know that you're going to need to order what they offer from the site, that it doesn't fit your regular, even small little cookie sheets. It is a very small little oven, and it's only gonna hold so much. So please keep that in mind if you are interested in placing that order, that I couldn't use really any of my standard equipment in there. I even tried to put a bread pan in there, like a normal size, what I would say is a normal size bread pan that you can just order on Amazon or, you know, wherever you get your products from. I actually happened to get that one from a different company online, but I think I got one from Wilson Sonoma. But the point is that you're not going to be able to use that in there, and so that's why I just make things like potatoes and just items that really don't require too much of a pan type equipment to use. So keep that in mind. But then your happiness for today is, ta-da! Isn't that cute? It's my little Luna. I think this is the cutest sign. I do like little signs. I think I do put them up around and stuff outside. I'm not a huge collector of stuff like this, just because, like I said, we have hurricanes and things that come through and I'll end up having to take it down. But this came in the mail today, so it's super cute. I ordered it. I love it. I think it's adorable. It reminds me of my Una Una Luna. So just wanted to share a little bit of happiness with you guys, and I hope that everyone has a blessed week ahead.